Yo, what is up everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be about a bit of news that I'm sure a lot of people have already seen. And that is EA Sports is entering back into the realm of golf video games. Now, this is going to be a little bit of news mixed with a little bit of a rant. I'll try to keep the rant short, though, because I know people just don't like when I just go on and on about a certain topic. And I also want to dispel some things that I've been reading on Twitter and forums and YouTube and Twitch chats and all over the place, and give you what I think this means for the PGA video game brand moving forward. And I know I'm a day late. This video probably should have came out yesterday, but I wanted to gather my thoughts, and I wanted to see what the overall reaction to the announcement was going to be. First and foremost, though, I just want to say, before I say anything else, EA Sports coming back into golf gaming is spectacular. I, myself, as an individual, am very pro-consumer. Having another game come in creates competition, and with competition comes innovation. So having EA and now 2K kind of duking it out a little bit in the PGA space is only going to be great for the consumer. Me, you, anybody who plays these games. Past that, though, my excitement level kind of falls a little bit flatter, I would say, than some people have shown on the socials. So this is where the rant kind of begins. And I want to start with saying that EA Sports having the PGA license, I don't feel means that 2K is now pushed out into the cold. In the press release from the PGA Tour and from EA, there was never them saying that this is an exclusive license, like that only EA is going to be making a golf game. I don't think that's the case at all. I think what we're going to see is something similar to how it was with NBA Live, or how it was with NFL back in 2004. PGA has an overall problem of getting their brand and getting more people interested in the game of golf. It would seem very counterproductive to then give an exclusive license to somebody. And since it was never brought up in the press release, I feel, whatever you want to call it, that 2K will have a official licensed PGA game, and EA will now have an officially licensed PGA game. What that means for the courses, for the tournaments, who knows? Maybe some will get exclusive rights to others. Who knows how that's going to work? How this is going to shake out over the next few months is going to be really interesting to see. But I highly doubt that 2K is now out in the cold with their PGA licensing. And if this changes, then I'll gladly walk this back and say that I was wrong and bite my tongue. Another thing where I lose excitement is EA really hasn't, in my opinion, made a good golf game in 10 years. I think the last Tiger Woods game that I actually thoroughly enjoyed was Tiger Woods 12. And every year after that, it seemed like it just kept slowly going downhill until we got hit with Rory McIlroy. And it's what really pushed me over to when I learned about the golf club. And I've been playing that ever since. And I like the golf club. I like PGA Tour 2K21. I'm not going to deny that. Everybody else can see it. So maybe there's a little bit of bias here. But EA Sports coming back into a realm for a sports game that they haven't made good in 10 years kind of screams to me NBA Live. When NBA Live first came back, that was a mess. It was a big mess. They improved upon it every time that they released, but it was still a mess. EA also doesn't have a real good track record in sports games. I know they sell a ton. I know the Ultimate Team modes are huge. EA Sports is very good at making money. But when it comes to actually putting a good product onto the screens, I feel like EA Sports has been falling behind for years with that. I used to play Madden every single year. I used to go wait in line and buy Madden when it released every single year. That game's been going downhill for years now, like 5-6 years. They make a lot of money, but the product on the field, the other modes like franchise, have all been left to the wayside. NHL, same way. Not a whole lot of innovation in NHL. The Ultimate Team mode still makes a good amount of money, but not a whole lot of innovation on the ice. Not a whole lot of innovation even in Ultimate Team mode, but in other modes, except for franchise. They do run a pretty good franchise, except for some really small quirks that are very frustrating. But other than that, I mean, EA's EA. There's a reason why everybody gets really depressed when they see that EA buys another studio. So they're like, oh, there goes again. EA's going to ruin another one. So while I am excited, and like I said, innovation. Two companies in the same realm competing with each other, they have to compete to get you to buy their game. That is only going to make both sides better. And while I understand that there are some people out there who don't like 2K or don't like EA, you should be excited for this because it is going to make this game great immediately and into the future as long as, EA continues to make the games. And we'll see what happens. I mean, EA may come in and knock it out of the park. One thing that I think they could definitely get a leg up on is the online. I mean, EA has a firm grasp on what people want in an online setting. 2K does too. And that's where I think some people are acting like that PGA isn't going to innovate. First off, I think that the game has innovated. I think that it's been a little bit slower because HB has always been a very, very small niche game, very small development team. The golf club games were very, very niche. There were people who bought it and played it, but they've seen an explosion with PGA 2K21, mainly because 2K is behind it publishing. But now, 2K has acquired HB Studios. That's only going to mean an influx of resources, more support, potentially, I'm going to say, more than likely, a much bigger development team. And it's going to have all of 2K's resources, their engines, their brand deals, everything. Everything is going to be at the disposal now of HB Studios, which only means good things for PGA 2K. Tiger Woods coming on as an executive producer as well. That's going to be huge. Now, you add on EA coming back. One of 2K's biggest competitors in the market. They competed over Codemasters just a couple months ago to try to acquire them. They are their biggest competitor. They're going to want to make a better game. Same with EA. They're going to want to make a better game than 2K. This is just going to help the consumer. I'm just not going to jump on that EA is here to save the golf game community. A community I don't think that really needs to be saved because I personally feel that PGA 2K21 is a great game. Now, one of the biggest pieces of feedback that I've given HB and 2K is online. I feel that the next big step they need to do is get a very robust online service. Because EA has done that. They did it in Rory. They offered tournaments and lobby systems for different difficulties and things of that nature so that no matter how you played the game, you were able to play it with a group of people online. If you played it on a pro difficulty, if you played it on a higher difficulty, no matter what it was, you had the ability to play against people online. And I think that's the biggest step that 2K needs to take. And it's something that they could probably take a page out of EA's book and see how they, ran the Tiger Woods and Rory games. But at the end of the day, I'm very excited that EA Sports is making a video game again. It's going to make golf games better. It's going to get golf games to more people. It's going to grow the sport. It's going to grow the community. And I'm very, very excited for that. But I'm not going to hold my breath for EA to make a good golf game right out the gate. I hope they do, because that will just mean that all golf games will get better because of it. But EA, for me, is not the savior of any sports game franchise. And that's it. End of rant. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.